girl Kedna here.
And it's your favorite sister, Stephanie.
Thank you for tuning in. On today's episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about redefining success. And we're going to go further into that. But before we start, guys, I would like to say we're going to give you guys 60 seconds to grab yourself a cup of whatever you would like to drink so we can do this drink and talk episode.
Starting now.
Okay, but before we begin, guys, I want to throw out a big disclaimer, and I apologize, we didn't do a disclaimer on our last videos, but this disclaimer is very important. If you are under the age of 21, please do not drink with us. We're not encouraging anyone underage to have a drink and talk with us. You can definitely tune in, but please, we're not encouraging you to drink any alcohol.
Yes.
Big disclaimer.
All right, so as Kedna said, today our topic is going to be about redefining success. Redefining success, and what does that mean to us? For me, I would say redefining success is chasing your own happiness. Forgetting about what society has set in stone about what success is. I feel like a lot of people, when they think about success, they think about the family, the kids, being married, the house, white picket fence, and that's just everything that society has sold to us as what success is. To be happy, you have to attain these things. To be happy, you have to go to college and get a degree. To be happy, you have to get married and have a family and have the dogs and the house and the white picket fence, and that's what it takes to be happy. And a lot of us have fallen into that trap where we think that's what we want to be happy, or that's what is going to make us happy. And then when we get those things, we realize that we're not happy. So just chase your own happiness. Realize early on what makes you truly happy. If those things make you happy, then that's okay. I'm just saying, like, don't fall into the trap of what society has set is what is going to make us happy or what is going to make us feel successful. Realize what makes you actually happy and then go for it.
Yes, I would like to definitely piggyback from that, sis. I feel like a lot of us build success or have this idea of what success is based on what others have told us. Let's say our parents, our friends, our significant other. To say we've built a frame of what success is based on what others have told us, or what we've been basically fed through society, what success really is through social media. Let's say Instagram, whatever the case may be. When people talk about successful people, they usually speak about a specific type of success, you know? And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about the many successes that an individual will have in their life and overcome, or not even just that, the different type of successes that doesn't just include, let's say, social media fame or TV fame, because there's different successes other than that. And I feel like the quicker we can get out of that mind frame, the more we can become happy individuals, because we can build our own idea of what success means. Redefining success, that is just basically finding your own idea of what success means to you. It doesn't have to be this grand thing. Success doesn't have to be grand. It could be something small. It could be something personal. It could be something exclusive. So just what does success mean to you, and how would you like to define the success in your life?
I love the fact that you said social media, Instagram, because that was actually a big one that I missed. I feel like you start doing those things that you see that's making other people successful and other people happy, and you're not getting that same satisfaction from it. So now you get frustrated because you're like, why am I not getting satisfied from this thing when I see other people on social media being satisfied on this thing? Social media is a whole nother topic that we will get into on another episode, but you should never compare your life reality with social media, which is not real.
Oh, I love that. We feel almost like we're not doing enough when we're not keeping up with the Jones, when we're not doing with that other girl or other man on social media is doing. They're doing this, they're doing that, they're modeling, they're, you know, driving a Rolls Royces, whatever the case may be. But what we're trying to explain today is that the definition of success doesn't have to be, you know, a Rolls Royce or a big mansion. It doesn't have to be, you know, traveling with 50 friends. Don't get me wrong, if that's your definition of success, amazing. But everybody has their own definition of success, and I also want to say that we cannot look down on someone else's idea of success because everybody's different.
I love that.
Do not get too high of yourself to look down on somebody else's definition of success. Some people's definition of success is working at Publix for 30 years and becoming the operating manager.
Yeah.
That's their idea of success, and that's perfectly fine. Just because you're on the other spectrum, that doesn't mean anything. How I feel about it is that at the end of the day, whatever makes you happy.
Yes.
If you're truly happy, then you are successful in life.
A lot of people don't realize that happiness is not easy to come around. You'll be happy for 1 second, and then all of a sudden you're miserable 99% of your life. Why are you miserable? You can do something about that. It's not hard. It's pretty easy. Just do what makes you happy.
Definitely.
Just do what makes you happy. If job A does not make you happy, but job B makes you happy, then you need to cut off job A. Point blank, period. Because if job A is making you miserable, why are you literally putting yourself in misery every single day? Why?
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and I would like to add on to that as well. Whenever you participate in something that doesn't fulfill your soul, the worst things seem to get. And I don't think that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
I really truly believe that you should meet your soul there, not halfway. You should meet it all the way there. Do what fulfills you. Do what makes you happy. Success and happiness are equivalent.
Yes.
A happy person is always going to be a successful person. I'm not saying an unhappy person cannot be successful, but what's the point of all of that success if you're unhappy?
Yeah.
What is that success defined by? Your unhappiness? Because that doesn't sound like success to me. So truly, what is your definition of success? Don't become a doctor because your parents want you to be a doctor. Do you truly want to be a doctor? And does that define success to you? I really think a lot of people are unhappy because they're living in someone else's shoes in a sense. They're doing what, let's say, their parents wanted them to do. Their siblings, their friends, their significant others, they're not doing what they truly want to do, and they're living their life on another's individual means of success.
That is so true. Like, that is absolutely true, because too many times, especially being raised in a Caribbean home, it's always you have to get into healthcare. You have to get into healthcare. Go to school and be a nurse. Go to school and be a doctor. Like, that's what you have to do. That's what success means. So being raised in a Caribbean home, you think that's what it means to be successful, like doing those things that your parents are telling you is what you need to do to be successful, not realizing that that only describes their version of success.
Ooh, wow.
Not yours.
Yeah, in the Caribbeans, if you become a doctor, your parents will faint and fall out, okay? Of true happiness.
Oh, my kid's a doctor!
Yeah. So, and I've seen it before. Like, if you dig deeper in people's lives, you'll see a lot of the things they're doing is to initially make the people they care about happy.
People tend to put themselves last. Second or last.
Especially women. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make this a gender thing, but especially women, because naturally that's something that was built upon us.
That's true. It was instilled in us from when we were young that we're going to be the ones taking care of the household. We're going to be the one that has to raise the kids, and then we have to take care of our husbands. So we have to make sure we know how to cook, we know how to clean, we know how to change diapers, we know how to do all of these things. So of course, I feel like from being young, it was already instilled in us that our happiness has to be put on the back burner, because we have to make everybody else happy. We have to make our children, we have to make sure our children is happy. We have to make sure our husband is happy, and then we make sure we're happy. But at the end of the day, when do you really have time for that if you're putting your happiness last? If you're putting your kids' happiness first, okay, great, now your kids are happy. You put your husband's happiness second, great, now your husband's happy. Then you still have to clean the house, and you have to cook dinner, make sure your kids have dinner. And by the time you turn around, it's time for you to take a shower, go to bed, wake up in the morning, go to work if you work, and do it all over again.
Exactly. When do you have time for
when
yourself?
When do you have time for your own happiness?
Yeah. And that's a very good conversation to extend on another video, because I actually would like to extend on that. Just the simple fact that a lot of women naturally put themselves last. It's easy for us to be the nurturers, because honestly that's our natural state, and that's perfectly fine. But what about you? What are you doing now that's going to benefit you in the future? And yes, let's not talk about everybody else that you love currently. We're talking about you.
Self-love.
You. Only you. What are you doing now that's making you happy? What are you doing now that's going to benefit you? Because at the end of the day, once you are able to redefine your version of success, not only are you going to be the best version of yourself, but you're going to be the best role that you can be. You're going to be the best mother. You're going to be the best sister, the best daughter, the best, auntie, cousin, whatever different roles you play in this life. You can become the best version of that. Because you hear a lot that people say that once you do something you love, you will never have to work a day in your life. And that's so true. Yeah. That is very much true. When I am doing the stuff I love, hours go by and I feel like I'm not doing anything. Yeah. And that's what I honestly love to do. And I had to tune into that and see that for myself once I've actually started doing that and making time for me to do that. We have to make time for the things that we love.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But we're going off on a tangent. So we're going to reel that back, because that will be a topic for another video. So just keep tuning in. Back to redefining success. I mean, basically everything that Kedna said can go both ways. It's not only women. Oh my gosh. It's not only women, but it's also men. There are men out there. I think probably everybody. Yeah,
everybody.
That puts their happiness second or last, or whatever you want to call it, and they put other people's happiness before them. You just have to remember to be happy. Do what makes you happy. Like, do what truly makes you happy. And honestly, not just for the moment. Yeah, do what makes you happy for the moment. Do it. But I mean, like, don't do like a sporadic happy moment thing just because we're like, do what make you happy. Like, no, do what make you happy.
Happy life.
But be smart about it. Like, you have to realize that you are still living a life, and what you do can affect other people. So do what make you happy, but also be mindful and aware of those around you.
I love that disclaimer, because someone might take this video and take it as a indicator to go off on a whim, which is perfectly fine. And don't get me wrong, if that whim is what's going to truly make you happy, fine. But at the end of the day, guys, what I've realized is that a lot of people make decisions today. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about being in the present moment. We want you guys to become successful at whatever you do. Yeah. So please take that to consideration. What are you doing now that's going to either benefit or destroy your future?
Yeah, that's true.
Every little choice have a consequence, whether it's a good one or a bad one. So please keep that in mind. Cause and effect.
Yeah. And don't forget, you want your future you to be thinking your present you. Whatever years down the line, plant those little seeds and watch how they grow.
I agree. I always tell people that I feel like my sister and I were both in our 20s, and I feel like your 20s are your prime time.
Yes.
Not that this is going to be the best time of your life, because no, it's as confusing as it was when you were in your teens.
That's so true, because now you're an adult, but you're like working your way to adulting. It's like, okay, this is just adulting.
This is adulting.
I have to do this now? Dang, this is just adulting.
Your 20s are your prime time. Don't get me wrong. If you're watching this video, you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever the case may be. Any year duration is your prime time.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if you're watching this video and you're in your 20s, quick tip, take this time to grind and really do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Define your success now. Build that foundation. Build that home. buy that home.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you need to do so in your 30s, 40s, 50s you can truly enjoy life. And I'm not saying you cannot enjoy life in your 20s, but I feel like this is the time you get your gears running and you can really decide what is success, how can I define success for me, and what can I do to make me successful in a way that will please my soul and fulfill my purpose. Not everybody's meant to be a model. Not everybody is meant to be a rapper. Not everybody is meant to be an Uber driver, whatever the case may be. There's people out there that's meant to be teachers. That is still success. There's people out there that wants to be taxi drivers. That's still a level of success. There's people out there that wants to be housewives. Being a housewife is a career. It is a level of success. Whatever success is defined by to you, go for it, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let somebody tell you you cannot be a housewife and successful. You can be anything you want to be. Let's pretend that we're kids, we're children.
Yes, use that imagination that you once had. Adults no longer use their imagination, and well, most adults. I feel like the people who uses their imagination are a lot more successful than the people that don't use their imagination on a daily basis. Because to be honest with you, your imagination is what it brings the kid out in you. And when you were a kid, weren't you always happy? You were happy for no reason. You know, so bring that imagination back. Tap into that. Do what you need to do to bring it out. If you need to paint, if you need to write. If you need to draw. I do all of the above. I just find ways to bring that kid out of me, because kids, their energy is so high. Why would you not want your energy to match that same frequency?
Being in tune with your inner child and giving it that love and that nurturing sense that you need to do. If you speak to a lot of prime psychologists now, a lot of them are aware and significantly recommend that you heal your inner child. Now, not trying to go on a tangent, that's another conversation for a different day, but work with your inner child. Heal with your inner child. Someone, I can't remember, there was actually a celebrity talking about this, how they feel like a lot of adults are so much of an adult that they forget about being playful, about being creative, about being imaginative. That's the things that are building this future today. Ideas come from creativity, imagination. That's where ideas come from. Tune back into that. Redefine your level of success. If you don't know what your level of success is and it's been tampered with, I challenge you guys to do this exercise. Build a house from ground up and put what your level of success will be to build this foundation to the very rooftop and go from there. And that's basically a guideline to you defining your own success and how you're going to build that foundation until you build a whole home, a secure home that you can lie in and feel secure and feel grateful and feel abundant and loving in it.
Wow, sis, that was really good. I need to follow that advice, to be honest. Wow. Until next time, we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And drop a comment down below. Tell us how you feel about redefining success. What does success mean to you? What does happiness truly mean to you? Does happiness even mean success for you? Because it does it for everybody. So let us know. We love to see what you guys write. We love to engage with you guys. Love y'all.
And until next time, Gems.
Until next time.